Hey guys, I'm going to be testing out a game that I've been wanting to play for a while, but I knew it was like text-based and I didn't really want to talk. But Becca is here, my best friend Becca. So I was like, let's try out this. I hear it's like a horror game, but like you date people and it's like, what?
It's a mixture of the two things I love.
And it said to be careful, it's not suitable for children. So get out, children.
Also, people who are easily disturbed.
If you're easily disturbed, get out. And never come back because I feel like that's my market. So, let's see. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up.
Dang.
But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha! I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided...
That's you.
Maybe because I only decided to stop and wait for you. I don't know who Keka is anymore. And
Who is Keka?
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Keka. But if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Jeez, Keka. We're rude.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Keka, have you decided on a club to join yet? The Doki Doki Literature Club.
Duh.
A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I like her look. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. We're a dick.
We are.
Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. What?
Hell
Same.
yeah.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Well, you're a dick, too.
Excuse you, Sayori.
Your happiness is really important to me, you know.
Okay.
Okay, she wants us to be happy. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's that?
A neat? I feel like that's a... Okay, I used to know what that was.
Becca's Googling what a NEET is. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Why does she care? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised to even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind. At least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Okay.
Bye!
The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Becca, what's the update on NEET?
I put neat. What is? Because I wrote
What
neat
is
first.
anime NEET, maybe? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Did I read that? I don't know. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes.
NEET means short for not in employment, education, and training. It's literally used to refer to anyone who's perceived as not contributing to the economy in any way. portrayed as otaku and or hikikomori, even though the three terms aren't necessarily synonymous.
Okay, so a loser.
Yeah, that's basically what it means, a loser. Mm-hmm.
I want you to be a loser. Okay, I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Huh? Me neither. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. It's not literature, it's Satan worship. I don't know, but I'm guessing. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Well, that's not accurate to my life, but whatever, Keka. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, that's me. I don't know. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member for our Satan rituals. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Okay.
Do you want me to read some of the voices too, just to make your life easier?
Sure.
Okay.
Becca's gonna read some, you go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Just do it.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Do you want to be called?
Yeah, you be Keka.
Okay.
I'll be the girls. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Okay. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I'm a boy?
What? We're a boy?
What?
Excuse you.
This is bullshit.
You brought a girl?
Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Keka, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation.
'Cause I'm not a boy.
Excuse y'all. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki?
She's my favorite already.
The girl with the... Oh, here you go.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
She looks like a cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, and then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Her who? Her?
Yeah.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, oh, here.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monika. Monika? Is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Keka.
Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, very deep voice. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika.
Come sit down, Keka. We made room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. I think she's the murderer.
Probably.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori.
I mean, we didn't even get a choice.
What the hell? Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, wow!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats.
Sweet!
The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
Where's the picture? So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. I got fangs. Sorry. Just hurry and take one. Okay, I think she drugged us.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. I feel like it's more like, eat the cupcake and die.
Okay.
Is she waiting for me to take
Oh, she's
a
gonna
bite?
kill us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself.
I mean, that's kind of...
This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Has this person never watched Rosemary's Baby?
No. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Okay.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
These little girls are having... It's weird. Okay.
Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club? Your deep voice.
I was afraid of this question.
And also her.
Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
But I killed them all. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monika really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we all really grow this club before we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah.
We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining.
I think they're gonna sacrifice you in rituals.
Probably. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Keka, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change.
Okay.
What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, sorry.
I read a horror book once.
Just once.
I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentile as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back.
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Lesbian.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help... What am I
example, and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I want to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Even Stephen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Keka?
Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
About 50 problems. What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought.
They're all so devastated. Keka, why?
All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
Bye.
I'm sorry, I thought... Keka.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls.
Oh, yeah.
How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy. It's fine, Becca. How dare you? Every time we do it,
You've only done it.
I've only done it like 3+ times. Yes, I'm happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monika looks over at me once more.
Keka, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Keka, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay! I popped my ear.
Ow. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki,
Oh, gosh.
Yuri,
Had to be reminded already.
and of course, Monika.
I mean, obviously, like, my type would be Yuri. You know me, Hamaru, but also they're children, so it's like, what?
I'm fine with Yuri. She likes horror stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. I feel like that one would murder us. Maybe all of them will murder us. Oh.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. All right.
All right!
I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Whoa! Do we get to actively engage in this poem? Oh, pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most.
I gotta appeal to Yuri.
Okay. I mean, that's a little fucked up. Universe, maybe?
Yeah.
Universe... insight? I feel like that would...
captive, maybe?
Why captive?
I don't know, just because she was like, I like captivating stories, and I like
Oh.
blah.
Tears, frightening. Frightening? Let's do that one. Whirlwind, massacre. We're picking fucking massacre. Warm, childhood treasure, lipstick, heartbeat. What should we choose?
Maybe.
Determination, incapable, cage. Lust, clouds, forgive, melody. I don't know. Cage? We're gonna pick cage. This is gonna be a fucked up poem. Anger, empty, despise, cry, sock, skirt. I mean,
Let's try empty.
intellectual?
Mhm.
Parfait, hopeless, question, dark?
Tone.
Or anxiety? I feel like anxiety. Ambient fantasy?
Yeah.
Suicide, holy shit. Giggle, kawaii, smile, promise, fireflies, landscape, sunset. Suicide seems so fucking dark.
Try spinning or landscape, maybe.
Existence, maybe?
Yeah.
Destiny?
Yeah.
Heart, extraordinary, judgment. Analysis might be good.
Yeah.
Horror. Eternity, clumsy, hurt, unstable.
Eternity.
Embrace. Anime. She didn't like anime. Secretive? Or embrace? Or
Secretive, I think.
journey?
Oh, wow, it shows you who likes these words.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does she hate it?
No, she jumped when we picked that one.
Tragedy? Well, they're all jumping. Occasionally. Crimson?
Yeah, try crimson. See?
Okay. Pleasure, nibble, nightgown, nature.
Try pleasure.
Hey guys! It's me.
Hi again, Becca. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep
Do we have to
going.
read this poem?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Keka. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. We're gonna just say she. Like she deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. You're shit. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out and, get romanced and whatever or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. And I'll murder you all.
She's my favorite.
Yeah.
She's a little
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga.
Manga is literature! I mean, I agree, but okay.
It is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Keka always gives it her best as long as she's having fun. She helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Keka can become good friends too.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Oh, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
Isn't Yuri like the term for like lesbian parents? Or am I wrong? Yeah.
Yep. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear that. Or hear, whatever. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That sounds like...
That's kind of...
That reminds me of, what do you call it? I mean, I wasn't listening to all of that as I said it, so I wasn't taking it in, but it sounds like, what is it called? Madoka?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Keka?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things.
Well, we just wrote a poem about it.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
Oh, it's just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Bod.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
She's sweating a lot. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
Who's gonna kill me?
It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here. Oh.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book.
Sometimes the titty problem in these games is so hilarious that, like, it's like they don't move. It's like they couldn't possibly move directions, like when you sit or like you. So it's just such a problem. It's such a problem.
What do
You
I
just
do with
my
them?
boobs and books. My boobs and books.
I gotta let them spill everywhere. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before.
And her titties.
Titties. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready to turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a
Let's
second.
be real. What he's distracted by, or she's distracted.
Titties. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Oh my god, she reads. It's so hard. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
This feels very sexual.
I
Just
know!
saying. like
Like,
feels very
I feel like
sexual.
something's going on. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Good God. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a porno intro.
know.
Guys, I don't feel safe.
I feel so unsafe. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange.
I mean, I feel like I'm...
My thumb gently letting go of the page,
No!
letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own
This
thumb.
is erotica.
Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Okay, what is everyone else doing? Are they watching this, like, sexual exchange? Because, what the hell? Okay, Yuri remains silent for a moment.
My hands are sweaty.
Really?
But, Keka, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Ugh, it's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait!
Titties.
Jeez! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about
You
that
didn't
sort of
think
thing.
that somebody who's shy was, you know...
I know, right? I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh, what are you saying all of a sudden? I can't decide.
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
I'm ready for
Hi.
Okay, everyone.
It just keeps getting worse.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other.
Do we get to read the poem?
Oh, hell yeah.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight.
Will you?
Ooh, or would you prefer I only read it with you, Yuri?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. I love deductions. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Oh, exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Well, it means I whispered, he's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? It's not like I can control my anxiety.
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and looks at my poem again.
Inhaler! Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. What?
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for, so we're shit? There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them and getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny.
When does the murder begin?
I don't know. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often.
Did it take us a long time to read it? I mean, okay.
I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem.
I mean, I didn't like the poem. I don't really think that was very good at all. I'm sorry, Yuri.
Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Keka.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. You know what, Yuri? But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Keka.
Me too.
Sorry, do your best for you.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Natsuki.
She's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Keka, if you're going to take this club seriously, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
Well, What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, each to their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Your garbage made me sick, so I need a drink first. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
You want to read this one?
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it.
I guess I liked it better than...
Yeah, same.
Because the other one was just garbage.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Just
Just be honest!
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
That's about all they can do.
Like in this poem I here wrote for you about horses. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Oh, you're just jealous, Natsuki.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose.
Sure.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro.
Jeez.
I'm glad you learned something, kid.
Kid.
Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I poem?
I don't give a shit about Sayori, so let's do Monika.
Yeah, Sayori's really boring.
Hi, Keka. Having a good time so far?
Yep.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Keka. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem.
Mm-hmm. Great job, Keka. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical.
I feel like we might have gone for her if she didn't have the scariest voice in the world.
I wouldn't have. I feel like most people would go for her. I feel it. I'm not sure.
Sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
Whoa!
I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep
I don't-
everyone's expectations.
I don't really like her bow.
low.
So,
Oh, I like her bow.
well, that's you.
Fair. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
Oh, I choked on my spit. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meanings out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. You do you.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you.
In the bedroom.
Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then.
You go for this one.
Okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep.
It's about molestation.
I don't know. Either that or glory hole. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was
This is definitely about, like,
It's about
assault.
Satan.
Where? How do you get that?
I don't know. Just, like, the idea of, like, when you look into the void's looking back at
Oh,
you.
okay. It's about Satan or assault. Or both.
molestation. Or both. Maybe both.
What do we react to this? Wait, what?
So, what did you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of people have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently about the devil. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Satan. An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other, I'll tell you about Satan and my love. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper. Tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Over.
Okay, Sayori. This is a good poem, Keka. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of lady who would be writing poems in their spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Keka. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, are you? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. What if she's the best one?
Probably. We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Okay, this is worse. Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. This is so... this is so the worst.
Good.
I was wrong.
So good.
So good. Yes.
So good.
Yes, it's great.
God. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it that it was a bad poem.
It is very bad.
It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
And you're an airhead, as he believes. Or we believe. Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
I'm ready for the murder. This was so much fun. Monika's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever about the moon.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated.
I would say so.
It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, but...
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Keka did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Keka liked my poem too, you know. She even told me she was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
No! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Huh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Keka appreciates my advice more than she appreciated yours.
Huh! How do you know she didn't appreciate my advice too?
I
you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overtly cutesy. Oh, that's mean.
I imagine she's doing that Miss Piggy, like,
Yeah.
ready to hi-ya.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Keka started showing up.
True! Burn! Burn! Burn!
And true.
Holy shit.
It's like her blazer got, I don't know what's going on.
Suddenly just, like, popping.
Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... Oh, wait.
Natsuki, that's a little...
That doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Keka! She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Keka.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our own language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Keka?
Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gotta be... Yuri. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri,
Huh?
you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal.
Oh, wait, did I choose wrong?
No, that's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far.
Oh, no.
Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did.
She kind of did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think that you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. No!
Natsuki! She really didn't need... Oh,
She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, all right, I believe you. Thanks, Keka. You're too kind.
You know it.
I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, my boobs and that. I would never do anything so shameful. So...
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Duties.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Kika, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow.
What?
Oh, shit.
And maybe you learn something from your friends too.
Why are we writing poems, though?
So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress.
Okay.
I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Give it! Cuckoo! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. Keka? Cuckoo! It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Oh, she's nice. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice.
We just want to
bone!
bone! We're bone! Doki Doki Bone Club! Doki Doki Bone Club! Doki Doki Bone Club!
Doesn't it really need to stop there?
Does it? Does it?
That is.
We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori.
I can't believe that, our boy is that. Probably.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right. Poem time. We're gonna write a poem. Memories. How about maybe Starscape?
Yeah.
Okay. Disorientated, precious, uncanny, vitality. Oh, round one. Fear, unrestrained. What do we think? Pain. Oh, I'm choosing wrong. There, judgment.
Unrequited? No.
No. Agonizing, aura. I think all the bad ones. Fickle, excitement, beauty. What do we think?
Fickle, maybe? Or flee?
Okay. I still think... Oh, no. Dark? What? What? She likes dark?
Guess so.
Shame alone? No! I'm doing so bad. We just have to choose... Oh, no!
Lost.
Did captive work last
Or a
time?
tone. Do a tone.
Okay. Cry, sensation, heart, journey, disaster.
Journey, maybe. Yeah.
Defeat? Death? Oh, no! Sorry, guys.
Fantasy?
No! Anxiety. Infinite. The fuck?
Infinite suicide.
Infinite. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Maybe next time we'll look up a guide or something.
I'm gonna go dry my hair real quick.
Okay.
So if you wanna.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end it here, and I'll just save, and we can finish it. I don't know how much there is. I'll look up how long it is, and
Yeah.
if not, I'll still continue it. But Becca will just have to watch it and be in misery.
That's fine.
So,
You'll have to do without my beautiful voice acting for Keka.
I mean, Keka needs that voice acting, but I'll see how long it is, and if we have time before she leaves tomorrow, we'll try to finish it. But I'm not sure how long this is, so we'll see.
We'll look into that.
We'll look into how long it is. Regardless, I'll finish it. Maybe I'll stop the vocal stylings of Monika, but it's a little deep. When I knew her name was Monika, she just had to have something going on. Because I was like, Monika? Sayori? Everybody, and then Monika? Is there a Monika? Is that a common name?
So,
They're in Japan, right? So, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but that's it for now. Keka out.
bye!